So I'm going to give you a couple reasons why I think this class will benefit you. Anybody, right? And that is, first of all, as I go around and I teach different people, one of the things that I ask is, what's your favorite position? What's your worst position? Now, not everybody's going to agree with this. Those tall, lanky guys might not. But the majority of people will say this: I don't like being in bottom side control. It's my worst position. I hate being there because they'll pin me down, hold me down. What's your favorite position to attack from? Top side control. Because they can hold someone down and submit them from top side. Those seem to be the two positions that people prefer and dislike the most, right? So I started thinking about it, and you know, I'm getting a little older time by time, and when I first come up in jiu-jitsu, the way you learn to escape from bottom side control is to bridge and shrimp. So I'm going to use all this power and push into I'm bridging and shrimping and creating space for whatever it is I'm going to do, or however I'm going to escape. Got to create space. Then, once I do that, then I have to reverse the position, and I got to get on top and go for my own submission. So it costs a lot of gasoline, in my opinion, to get from the bottom to the top. Well, it always pays in jiu-jitsu to be a half a step ahead of your opponent, right? Some guys are athletic, some ladies are athletic, and they can stay a half a step ahead of you when you're rolling. But what if mentally we set a trap, a mouse trap for them, and got them to leave topside control and go somewhere else? And then when they go somewhere else, i.e. north-south, they start to attack, and before they know it, they're in the mouse trap. And down it comes. That's what this is about. So the reasons I think this class is beneficial, because it'll help you get out of bottom side control. In addition to that, you can, if somebody catches you in a north-south choke, you're going to know how to defend it. But even better, even if they north-south choke you first, you'll still win from the bottom. Sound like a plan? All right, that's where we're headed. So we'll do things chronologically, you might say, or best case scenario to worst case scenario. So we all know if you get caught in bottom side control or whatever, you don't wait until you're flat on your back and you're pinned down to start your escape. The earlier you can start your escape, the better, right? Let's just, for the benefit of those who might just be starting out, let's show what the north-south, not the dirty south choke, the north-south choke looks like. So Sam, my good friend here, is going to show what a north-south choke looks like, yeah? So we're here, maybe he's transitioning, he moves into a north-south choke, he takes, well, Sam, go easy, man, I don't want to tap. But, so he flattens out like a pancake, right? He moves back, he pushes away. The further this goes on, the longer this goes on. Wow, I mean, but that's the north-south choke, yeah? So when an opponent attacks like that, I'm going to show you how to counter way early. And then even if you get caught way late, I'm going to show you how to counter and win that position, believe it or not, okay? So that's where we're headed. So let's talk about, generally speaking, what kind of things should we be doing early on to prevent that kind of choke? Well, one is, anytime we're on the bottom, I would suggest our feet are close to our butt, we're on our toes. There's no power here. There's power here, right? I would keep my elbows in, my hands in. I want to be like a sphere or a ball under my opponent. I want to be on the inside of all his frames, right? Here's another thing. I don't remember where I picked this up, but if I turn my palms towards me, look what happens to my elbows. If I start to push, look what happens to my elbows. So anytime I'm on the bottom, I prefer to have my elbows in, yeah? Here. So that's one thing we can be doing. We scrunch our neck down in between our shoulders, right? To protect ourselves. Well, that's just general defense. That's our early defense. Let's add to that to where we're going to create a situation that encourages our opponent to move from topside control into north-south position. All right, let's see, what's a good way to do this? Maybe this way, this way. You tell me if I need to move and make a better position for you, right? But here I am, I have my frame in. My feet are engaged, I have power in my hips. All I'm gonna do, like, I don't want this to be, all that energy, right? Instead, I'm just gonna move my feet and camp my hips. Now this hand can pass underneath. There's all this space, kind of like a ghost escape or a backdoor escape, right? I start to move, watch what happens. I'm gonna encourage him by pushing my shoulder this way. I'm gonna move him into north-south. Look, let's spin, Sam. Spin. Look what happened to my head. Oh no, this is bad, right? This is a bad position, but actually it's right where I want him to go. I'm setting up the mouse trap. I'm gonna kill this mouse, you know? So here we are. I've got my frames in. I'm defending well. My hips are canted. I create a little space. I pass my hand, and I'm gonna encourage him. Look, I'm gonna push him myself. I'm gonna keep my head up. I'm gonna make him think, come get me, come get me, come get me. Yeah, do that, all right? So for our first drill, let's do this. 5% strength, energy, maybe 10 for the wild people, right? But let's have one person on top, one on the bottom. Person on the bottom, your job is to defend a little bit, create some space, get your arms through, and push your opponent, lifting your head, and push them into push them into north-south. And watch and see if there's not a natural tendency for them to move there. It's kind of like, you ever break someone's guard and you ever notice they immediately go to the scissor sweep? Happens all the time. It's so common. It's a natural reaction. The natural reaction when you pass your arm under is somebody's going to try to go north-south. What do you think? Any questions? Give it a try? All right, this is what I'm going to do. 1, 2. 1, 2. Let's give it a try. Do you think there's a natural tendency when you pass your arm underneath and you shrug your shoulder from the move north-south? Anybody? Yeah. Well, I do. What?
We were having an issue at first not going straight for the head, but I think we were going too much toward the ghost escape.
Yeah.
Are you, I think just seeing it one more time will help that. But are you still trying to keep that same side shoulder down, or are you?
I'm actually trying to encourage them. I'm putting that shoulder up to kind of push them. Does that answer your question?
Yes.
All right, so that's our early defense, and that's our bait. That's where we're taking them. Now look, you might end up there on your own without baiting somebody in a north-south choke, right? But let's take it, we're getting a little worse now. My opponent got a little advantage on me. So here I am. I'm in bottom side. I pass my arm. He comes north-south and he chokes. He starts to choke. Come back just a little bit. Right here. Now you realize if my jawline gets trapped on this side of his body, it's bad for me. If I can get my jawline over here, it's much better for me. So come back a little bit. I start to escape. He moves. I already feel it to him. The first thing I'm going to do is this. Now let me show you what that looks like. I'm doing 3 things at the same time. That's pretty good for an old man, right? I'm doing 3 things. One is, as it comes, I'm retracting this elbow under my body. I'm not coming up on my elbow. That will stop me. That gets in my way. I'm retracting my elbow. I'm going to grab a chin strap. I'm going to shrimp out a little bit, and I'm going to switch my hips. I was never good at threading the needle. Never. But look, that's the same thing, right? Just switch your hips. So I come here. He starts to pass. I know he's going to choke my head. I retract my elbow. I grab a chin strap, and I switch my hips. And when I do, the 2 of us will end up in a 50-50. But hey, I'm on a bottom side, right? And I didn't get choked. So we're here. Sam comes around. Boom. Look at that. Now we're in a 50-50. 3 things. Retract. Don't catch your elbow. Retract under your body. It's kind of like If someone's going to take your back and you pass your hand to block them from coming underneath you with their hooks, same idea. Elbows down, chin strap, switch the legs. What do you think? Questions? One more time. I go here, I pass my arm, here he comes. 50-50. It's just an escape. Try it.
Yeah.
1, 2. Well, I'm not as fast as the younger guys, and so I might not get the early defense, right? But that's a pretty good early defense. It gets you out of that position. And truthfully, I'd rather bait someone even deeper into the mousetrap so that I can have my own revenge, right? Okay, so let's take a look at that. We're gonna move now, and instead of wrapping with the arm that we did for a chin strap, we're actually gonna use the other arm to attack them. And essentially, we're gonna do a rear naked choke. Now, I'm only one of the few people here with a gi today. So if you have a gi, I want you to know this. The moves that I'm sharing today work in gi or no gi. But if you're wearing the gi, it gives you a little extra weapon, right? So, practice the move that I show, right? Which will be the no gi version. But when you get a chance, if you're wearing a gi, or you go back home and you're working this and you're wearing a gi, same thing, okay? And I'll show you what that means here in just a second. So now Sam's got crafty, purple belt coming after me, right? And I lay this mouse trap for him, and I encourage him to move north-south, and he gets right here. And now I can't turn this way anymore because my chin come down. Yeah, my chin is trapped, right? I can't go that way. So I'm no longer going to do a chin strap with this hand. I'm going to shoot a spear way over here. See my feet? Watch. I'm here, watch my feet. Way over here. I'm creating space. I'm going to shoot a spear. If I can, I'm going to pull his head. And I'm going to catch him in the apex of my elbow. Here. So it's not that I'm grabbing his head. It's not that I'm pulling on his head. I'm not hugging his head. He comes around. I'm shooting way over here. See that? Boom. Here. Now when I get here, I'm going to walk. Let's turn this way, Sam. No, other way. Here. We go, look. This is a hard class to teach from the bottom. But what I'm going to do is, I'm going to walk forward and pull my head back like this. And I'm doing that as I fight this hand off so that, hey Sam, let's take our gi top off. Let's do this real quick. The gis are going to make it hard for you to see, okay? I'm here, I shoot. I'm fighting this hand. Boom! Got him. Watch this hand. It's going to go in front of my other hand. Well, actually behind, right here. Right? I'm going to push it all the way to his shoulder on the other side. This hand, I'm going to snake like this. Sam, let's try this. Go. So I shoot, I bite, I come in front, I snake this hand like this. I bring my chin down. I close my elbows. Right? So here, you good, brother? Yeah. That's my favorite. Here, I'll put, look, whoa, way over here. I'm not flat on my back. I snake this, look, see how I make space? I move my body, I shoot that hand all the way over to the other side of his throat. I take my chin, I put it down on top of everything. I push this hand this way into him, and I turn in. All right, so here's what it looks like. Look, this is what I'm doing. Shoot a spear. Wrap. Look at my feet. They're engaged. I got power, right? I bring this hand in front. I snake this hand behind. I put my chin on top like this. I switch my feet, and I turn into him. Cool? Do I need to do it from another angle?
Yes,
3 or 4 times.
180 degrees and do it from this angle of the body.
Yeah, tell me where you want my head. That'll help. This way?
Yeah.
This way?
Yeah.
Yeah?
Hands on this side.
All right, here we are.
think so.
So he starts to pass. I'm all the way over here. I'm gonna do it slower now. But that's where it would come. See how I'm pushing myself down, away, and wrapping. This hand snakes in. All the way to his other shoulder on the side of his throat. I push my chin down on top of everything. Move my feet. What do you think?
Do you have things to do if you have bullies that just shove you off, or is that position already so secure that they can't shove you off?
So, I would normally tell people, I'm going to answer, his question is, will people push themselves off you? Normally, anytime someone wraps their arm around my head, I'm attacking it. I'm going to push and try to straighten and attack that arm. In this case, because you're shooting, I'm not just grabbing this. It's hard to get leverage pulling that way if I'm like this. Yeah, because I'm going to hang on his head. Here, boom. Pull my, yeah, just give me what I want. That's good. You know what I mean? Does that make sense? Questions?
One question. So you're shooting, you're bringing it in, the other hand
Comes in front.
over.
Yeah. And then I'm going all the way to his shoulder over here. This hand passes in front of this one. Then this one snakes. It'll take you a second to get the hand placement right. But let's try it. Yeah? 1, 2. Close your elbows. It limits the space, right? We have a tendency to pull. No, close the elbows. So, wrap all the way to the far side, strip behind. Close my, see how I'm closing that space by going this way? If I pull, if I'm trying to rip his head, it's not gonna work, it's leverage. Closing my elbows and turning in. Right hand, or this hand all the way across, snake behind, trap, close the elbows, turn in. 1, 2. Some people are asking, well, you know, is it a choke? Is it a crank? It's whatever you make. Yeah. Most people, the first time they get hit with it, it's that, right? But if you get this hand all the way close on the side of their throat, that's where you're shutting off the blood. And this one comes in and it's doing the same. You know what I'm saying? It can be a blood choke. But more times than not, they're going to gag. This is what's going to happen. Yeah? Good? All right. What do you got, Aaron? I promised. You know, all right, here comes real quick. Cat's claw. Now I'm not just coming here, I'm shooting to the far side of his neck. Here. Passing. Whoop, there he is. Look, look, there it is. Cat's claw. Shoot that hand to the other side. It's for all my gi friends. We're bringing the gi back, by the way. I'll tell you what, the older you get, the more you'll appreciate it. Slow the game down.
A shooter is the
Yeah, that's right. Gi friends, try that on the next one, yeah? I'm gonna move on because I'm a little strapped for time, all right? So, we've done early, just general defense. We've done a chin strap defense for early defense. We got our jaw caught. And now we're gonna do the same thing to them, only quicker. And we're on our side, right? Well, Sam's pretty savvy, right? So what if he sticks me? What if he gets me flat on my back with my chin over here and he's moving backwards? I first saw Chewy, right? Chewy? I first saw him do this. I couldn't believe, you'll watch it and you'll be like, that don't work. Oh yes, it does. And not only does it work, it works so well, it really doesn't matter what your opponent's doing on top. Even if he gets the jump on you, you will finish first from the bottom. Okay? let's forget the first part. Here, Sam's got me flat on my back. My chin's over here. This is bad for me. Really bad. I'm gonna take my free hand. I'm gonna shove Sam's head into my armpit. I'm gonna shoot straight in the air. I'm gonna bite down. I'm not just grabbing his head. He's fully in the apex. Here, Monteleone. Want to make it worse? Raise your hips. Now watch. Sam's a big, strong dude, right? And he's savvy. He's savvy, trust me. And I'm going to ask him to choke me, but I'm hoping he's going to tap first. Because generally, I'm telling you, 95% of the time you're going to get him right here. I don't know why it works. Go ahead.
And if you do it right, he can't tap to it. His hands are trapped.
Hello?
If you do it right, his hands are trapped under you, so he can't tap.
I like it. I like it. I'm sure Matt Big Pink likes that. All right, here we go. One more time, real kind of slow. Here, he gets me dead to rights. Oh no! Push, wrap, strap, raise my feet. Do it again. Choke me. Choke. What do you think?
Could he do the same thing you used from the top?
He just tried.
No, but he didn't push. He didn't push wrap and strap.
Well, that's a good point. Now, I'll tell you this. That's a good point. If I allow him to slide back like a pancake being poured into a pan, like this, if I allow that to happen and he flattens out, I got to move with him. Here, I'll show you what I mean.
Keep going toward you.
Yeah, here we are. If Sam moves, like he'll take his right hand and put it on my shoulder and push away. That's bad for me. So I got to move with him, and I got to strap. He can, but he's got to flatten out like a pancake. And if he does, I'm going to move with him. Cool?
Is there a way to defend with head position to avoid that?
To avoid what?
When you choke him, can he position his head to stop it? Or
What do you think, Sam?
Not without letting you out.
Sure.
Like I could dive into it maybe, but I think I get the space to escape.
Yeah, he might have to let go. What's your question?
Two-part question.
Oh
First
boy.
one- yeah. First one is when you're getting the blocking that up, is free carotid. Are you really focusing on bringing that in, bringing him in, so you're choking the free carotid, not the bicep carotid side, but the free one. You're using the chest to do that. And the second part was when you're in a gi, there's so much friction there. What is your small techniques to compare that?
Okay, I would tell you this. I'm a firm believer that the gi doesn't matter. Not just in this move, but in many moves. Like I was teaching a class and someone said, well, you can't paper cutter without a gi. Well, the heck you can't. All the moves work. You just need to know the hand positions, right? So the gi won't hold you up. Here, boom. The gi's not gonna stop me. What was the first part of your question?
How are you focusing on yourself in free carotid? What are you pulling him in to crunch that carotid in to get
You know,
the
I'm gonna ask Sam what's happening. Come on, Sam, let's do it one more time. Let's ask him what's happening. He'll tell you. I'm here, I've shut off this side, right? Here, I am pushing my chest in this way.
So you are pushing that chest.
I'm here.
And then
That feels like you're pecked in.
what happens if you bring his jaw to the center line?
I'll tell you what, we're gonna find out what happens when you do that. 1, 2. You never know what you're gonna learn when you're training jiu-jitsu. Watch this. Go, Tom. Show. He's actually gonna switch arms and do it on the other side, and I think it's bad to the bone. Watch. Watch him switch. Boop! That's tighter. Love it. Love it. So we'll get that out on video to you, Tom.
That's because he's got octopus arms.
Yeah. All right. Has everyone had a chance to try it from both partners have had a chance to try this move?
No.
No? All right. Couple more minutes, okay? 1, 2. So that's a super late defense, right? Does it work? Doesn't it seem crazy that it works? I would have never thought that crap worked. First time I saw it, I was like, what? That can't work, but it does. So I'm running out of time, so I'm running against the clock here. One thing that happens occasionally, and I learned this from working this move, especially with wrestlers, right? They want to trap an arm when you start to go north-south, they're trying to trap an arm. Now, I'm going to tell you this. I had some really cool music. My friend wrote an AI for the Dirty South Coast. Batch. You know that. Well, the PA system's not working. But tomorrow night, if you come to my class on the reverse Russian tie, I'll make sure the PA's working. You'll get to hear the bad music. In addition to that, I'm going to do a little intro to that class with how you deal with a wrestler when they trap your arm. I'm pointing out my friend here. Okay. All right, Sam. So let me think. Sometimes I go to pass. Now look, I go to pass, and he's going to trap my arm. See where I am? Oh, this is tomorrow's class. Reverse Russian tie.
Oh.
Here I am. I'm moving, but the wrestler grabs my arm. Yeah, but I'm already right here, guys. I'm already right here. And I'm going to let him grab that arm. I'm going to do the same thing. Bite. Hand in front. Paper cutter position, yeah? Just spin, spin, spin. Paper cutter position. So here, I go to move. He goes north-south. I'm here. I'm biting on that arm. I'm trapping here. I'm going to put my blade of my hand across his throat. And I'm going to create pressure by moving my feet and my body back into him as I push away. That's what you do to wrestlers. I'm just kidding. But that's a reverse Russian tie. And I have about 6 moves that I do from there. I'm sharing tomorrow. So before we run out of time, let's give it a chance. You want to see it one more time? Yeah. So we'll go this time. We'll go this way. But watch my hand placement. Watch my setup, right? So here, we started here. I had my frame already here. My frame's right here. And that's what I'm going to use to choke him. I pass my arm. He grabs my arm. So I let him grab it. I do the same thing I was doing to the head. I wrap into my bicep. I have my blade, and I turn into him. What do you think? Now look, sometimes it's easier to learn this move this way. Watch. Watch this. Here, like a paper cutter, yeah? If I was doing a paper cutter, the only difference is I'm here. An easy way to learn this is get here. Now, Sam, roll up. Roll up. So this is the finished position I want. It's going to be a little tricky getting the hand placement right the first time you do it, right? I'm running out of time. Let's give it a shot. 1, 2. Can't just hold. I got to get this bite. Here. This blade is important. I'm coming to the far side of his neck. I'm walking my hips this way, but away from him. I'm kind of shrimping, but turning into him and using that blade. Most people complain about the shoulder before they complain about the neck. Because if I stay here and draw him into the mat, it's the shoulder. I've had people tell me it feels like you're separating their shoulder. I don't know, but I like it. So that's just a little teaser for tomorrow. If you come tomorrow evening. In summary, you got early defense, you have a chin strap, you have get to the other side, rear naked choke, you have chewy jujitsus when you're flat out on your back, and then finally when you're going against the wrestler and he traps your arm, like you were asking, you do the reverse Russian tie. Cool? I'd love to get a group photo with you. Thank you for coming. I appreciate